Oh, alrighty. Well, let's do this. My fridge is still making noise. What is up, people? The world is me again, Alex Wimmer, aka AP3 Jumped, and welcome to another Loudhouse episode review. Today we're reviewing the episode Mall of Duty. Now, if you didn't already guess right off the bat, this episode is named after the ever so popular FPS franchise Call of Duty. Hell, even the title card has Lincoln in a bunch of camouflage. So yeah, let's get on with the review. Oh, I have allergies and my head is killing me. I just got finished making the level, but we're not talking about that right now. Something I forgot to mention in my Legends reviews that I decided to have on Veterans Day. I decided to have a Legends of the Hidden Temple Day, where I watched the first episode of the original series, the original game show, which is the first time I had watched the original game show in a very long time. It's like 10 years or so. Then I watched the 2016 TV movie, and then I watched the Legends Loudhouse crossover episode all in one day. So it was really cool to get to watch all three things all in one day. That was pretty cool. So as a little tie-in, Legends and Mall of Duty premiered as a full episode. This marks the first full episode that has been aired since Price of Admission and One Flew Over the Loudhouse. This is one of only 8 full half-hour episodes that they decided to produce. Which Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network doesn't even do that anymore. They split the stuff into episodes into 15 minutes. I know it's technically two. I know with each 11-minute segment, that's technically 2 episodes in one 22-minute arc or half-hour block or whatever. But it's still kind of baffling that I mean, I guess I understand why Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network have done that sort of thing. But yeah. Also, this first episode will premiere on Saturday since last year's episode, the aforementioned episode, I mean, Price of Admission, One Flew Over the Loudhouse, and also the first episode, this first Nicktoon that has aired on primetime TV since All Grown Up, I believe. But let's get on with the review. I said that already, but yeah, I tend to get off topic with these. So what's the episode about? Well, Lincoln has to watch his 5 younger sisters, so he decides to take them to the mall. Why? Well, that's not the only reason he goes. Turns out there's this guy, I forget the guy's name, but he's basically like the Loudhouse's version of Bear Grylls, with he's basically Bear Grylls with Popeye arms, is what this dude is. And this guy, again, I can't remember his name. He's having an autograph session at the Royal Woods Mall. So, while Lincoln is tasked to watch his sisters, Lincoln decides to take them to the mall because of that. So he can go get an autograph signed. So he can get his book of the guy autographed. And wouldn't you know it, his younger sisters are kind of, well, not apprehensive, but they get really aggravated, shortly into the adventure. And they go into this line, and lo and behold, the line is like 10 hours long. Well, not that long, but you know how lines are. The line in that was like crazy long. And then they run into one background character that they run into is he's literally just called Tough Guy in the script, and he's voiced by John DiMaggio. And so, basically what happens is that Lincoln he puts all his sisters on a train, on a little train, to keep them occupied while Lincoln is stuck in line for however long he's been stuck. And he also runs into Scoots again. Scoots is another recurring character voiced by Greg Griffin. And she first appeared in The Old and the Restless. She's appeared in a few more episodes since, including this one. And Lincoln eventually gets to the Bear Grylls inspired guy, and he gets his book autographed, And after he does so, he goes back to the train, and turns out all his sisters are missing. So first, the train veers off the damn tracks, so he's got to hunt down all his sisters in the style of the Bear Grylls inspired guy. Again, I still cannot remember his name to save the life of me. But yeah, so he goes off to find his sisters. He first finds, I don't remember who he finds first. Let me think. I think he finds Lisa first. To where and during the meantime, she actually created this vacuum microwave robot, basically an all-in-one appliance robot, and voiced by Brian Stepanek. Actually, I love all the robots Lisa creates. By the way, they're really cool. I'll circle back to that a little later on. And then they find Lucy in this fortune-telling booth, because that's what she likes to do, and Lucy's giving fortunes to Flip. He comes back in this episode as well. And then they find Lola next in like this castle, and then she's on this throne, and she has all these like minions trying to attack her or whatever, trying to attack Lincoln, or I think that's what happens. And it's pretty hilarious. And then they find Lana at the pet store, and they find her like sitting on eggs, and I swear to God, it's about the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Lana sitting on eggs, like waiting for them to hatch, like this, or something like that, with holding her knees. And afterwards, the ducks hatch actually, and then the 3 ducks follow her, which I think is reference to another TV episode from another show. I think a certain regular show episode. I'm not entirely sure. But then they finally find Lily, who's stuck on the off-wheel train. So what Lincoln does is Lincoln uses, I forget what he uses, but he uses something akin to Indiana Jones's whip to latch on to the off-wheel train to like rescue Lily in a sense. And then after that, Lincoln apologizes for like bringing them to the mall for the wrong way, and then they make up, and then they go back to the house, and the rest of the Louds, they all come back, and oh wait, I'm jumping ahead. I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold up. I forgot to mention how Lincoln was able to find Lily and rescue her. So Lincoln actually runs into Scoots, who also wanted an autograph from the Bear Grylls inspired guy, whom she refers to him as her bae, which is funny and weird at the same time, but it's a little bit of both. So Scoots is very stubborn about. First, Lincoln asks Scoots to help her find Lily. Then Scoots is being very stubborn about it. So what Lincoln does is wow, that's how much of a headache I have. Good God. Because again, I'm going off this all off the top of my head here. Because even I make errors. What Lincoln winds up doing is he gives his signed book to Scoots, and then that basically because of that, Scoots winds up giving Lincoln a ride to help her save Lily. And then after Lincoln saves Lily, he apologizes for being selfish, and then him and all his younger sisters make up, and that's also really sweet. It's a really sweet ending, but we're not done yet. And flash forward back to the house. The rest of the Loud gang comes back home. And what winds up happening is Lynn and Rita actually get another signed book for Lincoln. So good karma came for Lincoln, and as soon as Lincoln got the book, he was almost about to confess to his parents. Before the rest of the younger sisters are like oh no he let us jump on the bed. and yeah. And in a similar vein to a particular Drake and Josh episode where Drake is about to confess to his parents that he did something, and then Grammy steps in and instead lies to Drake's parents for Drake, and then he says, instead of the original thing that Drake was about to confess, Grammy says, "I beat Drake at basketball." So yeah, that shocked me the first time I watched that, and that honestly shocked me a little bit again this time around. I thought Lincoln was about to confess it then, but then what happened to Drake Josh happened in this episode, and that's basically the episode. So I'll give my final thoughts here. This whole episode is another episode that involves Lincoln's character development. Lincoln is, I'm telling you, he's grown so much as a character throughout the series, especially in season 2. And after he consults with his sisters, once he consults with his sisters, that really shows growth in him. And the sisters are very forgiving towards him as usual, because they love him very much. They all love each other very much. And then at one point they hug at the end, and it's one of the sweetest things. And that's another thing about this episode. There's a lot of really cute moments in this episode, and I'm honestly a sucker for all things cute. I really am. Like I said with the scene with Lana basically mothering the little duckling eggs. Like I said, that's one of the cutest fucking things I've ever seen, and probably one of the cutest scenes in the entire series thus far. And also Lily riding on the train while she's having a conductor hat. That's really adorable as well. And I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say. I give this episode a 9 out of 10. I think I'm pretty much done. That we should be getting more episodes. I don't know when the next episodes are coming. I think there's only 4 more left for season 2. Antisocial, which I think is based off a strip in one of the graphic novels. I think No Spoilers was also. So the 4 remaining episodes in this season are Antisocial, The Crying Dame. That name doesn't really make sense to me. I guess I'll look into it later. Snow Way Down and Snow Way Out. I think it's Snow Way Out, then Snow Way Down. Those two episodes seemingly must be connected one way or another. And I've even seen the title cards for all the season 2 episodes, like about a month or so ago. And that's why I discovered the Legends and Temple crossover was going to happen. I saw Olmec on the title card. I'm like, oh, really? What is crossover? First crossover? But then I see the Snow Way Out and Snow Way Down title cards, and they look almost exactly the same. And so that means those episodes must be interconnected. I'll give you one more random fun fact about this episode really quick before I end off. This episode, Mall of Duty, actually was originally going to be a deleted episode. And here's why. So the storyboard artist, I forget who storyboarded the episode, there was kind of a halt in production. I don't know why, but there was a random halt in production with this episode. And in the end, Kyle Marshall wound up directing the episode. And this episode was going to be, if it wasn't going to be straight up a deleted episode, it was going to be pushed to season 3. But thankfully, we got to see this episode on its scheduled date, November 11th, Veterans Day, 2017. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Very interesting that a episode was almost going to be straight up deleted. It was basically almost going to be a lost episode. So yeah, I wonder if any other episodes are like that. I guess I can read up on the others. So anyways, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to stay tuned for more videos. Some more reactions to my older videos for Throwback Thursday, a review for Hey Arnold, the Jungle Movie, as well as more Lados episodes for the rest of this season. I don't know when the rest of the episodes are airing, but that's what I got Twitter for. I'll just find them out naturally. I don't even have to look these things up. Anyways, I'm Alex Wimmer, aka AP3 Jones. Thank you so much for watching. Until the end, that is it for me, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye. I would be stupid and say Tactical Nuke incoming, but figured I'd have to make some kind of Call of Duty reference. the title alone is as far as that goes with referencing. That's as far as that episode goes with referencing the Call of Duty franchise in general. Modern Warfare 2 is one of my favorite Call of Duty games of all time, and Call of Duty World War 2 looks to be amazing. I think it's already come out by now. Oh well. Goodbye.